Did you hear that sales fix everything? Absolutely not. In this video, I'm going to present to you my case and I'm going to show you 7 ways when sales can ruin your roofing business or any construction business. The reason it's happening because so many people think that as long as their business will sell, as long as the money coming in, they will be staying afloat. But in reality, many businesses are going out of business because of sales, and sales can contribute to huge problems later on. Here's my 7 points when and how sales can ruin your business. First, I want to start this video with saying that sales definitely will solve some business problems, and sales are super important, but they will not fix everything, and they will not fix everything for the person who is selling, aka salesperson. I have seen both businesses and salespeople being ruined by sales, because sales attached to monies. If you don't know how to manage money, you will get in trouble. First reason is very simple. Sales is only part of the business. Not only you have to sell, but you have to manage and produce. And so many businesses don't know how to produce, don't have a quality control. They can sell, but they don't have what it takes in place to actually fulfill the orders. I've seen many marketers having these problems. You can go right now and sell 200 websites, but if you don't have a good team building those websites, sooner or later you will be called scam artist and you will be returning those monies that you took to build those websites. The same with the roofs. It's one thing to sell and collect deposits, sign contracts. It's completely different things to fulfill all the orders. Number 2, many people can sell a roof, not many people can make profit. 2 different things. Selling does not mean profit. I've seen $10 million companies losing $1 million at the end of the year. Why is this happening? Well, because they're not good money managers, because they're waiving deductibles, because they're cutting corners, or their overhead is too big. You would think that running a $10 million or $20 million company is bulletproof business model. No, it's not. One of the industry gurus, Lee Haight, sent email, I believe, saying that in 2019 his company was doing $10 million and he was losing $1 million. He did not have $1 million to pay ABC Supply. Happens all the time. He does believe that sales fix everything and more is better, but yet he does more than me, he loses more than me. I've done 5 million and I pocketed 500,000 at the end of the year. He did 10 million and lost $1 million. What path is good for you? You have to decide. You have to pick a business model that goes with your lifestyle, but sales does not mean profits, and more sales definitely is not going to mean that you will pocket more money at the end of the year. Third way is you can be even a charlatan and sell. So many people have gimmicky promise, gimmicky offer. It sounds too good to be true. You're selling something that doesn't exist or misleading. You definitely can do it. You definitely can have money rolling in. But when people find out what you're really doing, you're gonna get called out and it might be the end of your business. We see it happening right now with solar industry. So many people are selling the solar deals as the next best thing, selling $40,000, $50,000, $60,000 jobs with the good commissions to people who's selling it. Sales guys making 7, 8, 9 grand. But when people are finding out what's behind the fine print, where's the money really going, that they are not going towards solar systems, that the savings are not there, that they're financing those commissions, people are getting pissed. Companies are getting negative publicity in the local news. So just because you can sell, just because you can trick people into signing contract with you, again, even charlatans can do it, you're not guaranteed to survive on the long term. Fourth way how sales hurt roofing businesses is on the management side. Salespeople often go and sell but don't do good paperwork, don't help production to produce. They only focus on the agreement, they only focus on down payment, and when they pass the paperwork to the team does not have what it takes to produce the job. And what's happening next? Blaming games. We all seen companies where management is blaming salespeople for business problems, production blaming salespeople. Companies start having toxic culture, and I've seen 10, 20, 30 people live in the companies because just because you have 50, 60 salespeople does not mean that they're gonna build your empire. If you piss few people within an organization, you might have mass exodus. So to avoid that, you want to stay on top of relationships between salespeople and production. You don't want any toxic relationships. You want a smooth running machine, but oftentimes business owners give preferential treatment to the salespeople because they're the ones who brings money, and maybe do the opposite. Maybe play blaming game with the production department, saying, well, how can you not produce the jobs? And tensions are building, teams fall apart. I see so many roofing companies that lose 80-90% of their teams by the end of the season, sometimes in the middle of the season. And I've seen companies going belly up because now you have all of these orders, and all of a sudden sales team quit or production team quit, and you're sitting there like, what do I do next? Because you thought that sales will always fix everything. And like I said, sales creates blaming game within a business more times than not. And it's happening because of my reason number 5. Sales does not stop with the contract. So contract is only first step in that customer's journey. They give you money, they sign a contract. Now communication is a key. You want to make sure you're on top of your communication game. Many salespeople, once they took the deposit, they start ghosting the homeowners, especially if time goes by. If you collect money 2 months ago and homeowners are trying to reach out to you, when you're gonna do the job, when you're gonna do the job, and you start blocking them, that's a red flag to the homeowner, a red flag for the business too. Now you can get a refund request, you can get negative review, and that experience will be very hard to manage, maintain, and turn around at the end of the job. So what you have to do, you have to train your salespeople to stay on top of it and not to have that mentality that the job is done just because they sign a contract. This is first step, and their work is not done until the job is complete. The most important point in the entire story today is number 6. Selling creates more liability than opportunities. So many business owners just looking at sales as opportunities, as the numbers, as potential profit, and they get all hyped up about that. Well, let me tell you this. The moment you take that payment, that check, that deposit, you created liability for your company. Those are not your monies to spend yet. This is not your personal bank account. If you collected $100,000 today as a deposit to future jobs, good for you. It's a future business. It's a future opportunity. You can use that money 3 weeks from now for the payroll and so on. But today, it's a liability. What would happen if all of your customers today request for a refund? Are you gonna go out of business, or are you gonna be just fine, give them money back, and you don't owe anyone anything, and you still have money in the bank? Most roofing companies, as sad as it sounds, don't have enough money in the bank to refund their customers. It's very sad, and the reason is because they're spenders. And the reason number 7 is it creates a problem because if you're the spender, you will be tapping into deposits that technically should be only spent on materials and labor to do those jobs. So robbing Peter to pay Paul has never been a good strategy in business. I've done it. I'm guilty as charged. I've done it many times. Of course, as a business owner, as entrepreneur, you will be financing your jobs, your business, and your operation with future deposits, but it's a very dangerous game. You still will have to have some kind of a backup plan, and I've seen way too many contractors going out of business because they practice it, because there's only so far you can go. There is red line that you should never cross. It's one thing to have big receivables coming in and you're waiting on those monies and you're tapping into deposits, but it's completely another thing when you're buying personal vehicles and you're tapping into your deposits into your business to buy, personal vacation or to do some fancy stuff for yourself. Listen, we all have done it, nobody's perfect, but relying on sales as a saver. It's a wrong strategy. What I recommend everyone is be as conservative as you possibly can be. Business is a wheel. What I teach in the roofing school, and by the way, anyone can join, anyone can contact me, and I'll consult with you on sales and the ratio to marketing, to production, to sales, to accounting, because if you're selling more, you have to beef up your production. It's a wheel, and you constantly have to keep adding to every department. You have to know how many people per sales rep should be in your production department, how many people should be how often you should be following up on estimates and invoicing. You have to have solid receivables team. Your accounting should be on top of your bills, because if you don't have well-oiled machine, sales will never help you. Sales will put you out of business and will create more liability than opportunities. Comment below what you think about this video, if you agree with me or if you don't agree with me. Check out Roofing School, it's roofing-school.com. If you want to talk to me about your roofing business or need my help, you can sign up for just 1 month. We have graphic designers, we have obviously myself available to you. We'll help you in any way, shape, or form we can, because roofing business is hard. It's not as easy as selling a job, collecting the payment, and advertising, doing it all again. There's a few more parts, and I would love to earn opportunity to be your guide in this industry. Comment below, give it a like. I'll see you guys in the next video.